Brandon, call me.
Okay. Cool. That it? Here they come. All right. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're a few minutes from getting started, but I've got some folks. We're just going to do a quick test run here. We've got hundreds and hundreds of loan officers from around the country that are scheduled to join us. So this is fun. Thank you guys all for coming to learn about hyperlocal social farming. You guys are going to learn a lot today. Let me make sure we got, there's Todd Bookspan. Let me bring him in as a panelist. Fantastic. Todd, you should have access now. There you go. Okay, cool. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Billion-Dollar Mortgage Producer. Welcome.
You know, it's good to be here. I'm realizing my hair's really tall. I'm getting a haircut this afternoon in case any of you are worried.
I don't have that problem.
No, I wasn't going to call that out, but that is awesome. So yeah, super excited for the crowd we're going to have today. And, you know, I just feel, well, you know what, I've had, it's been a great week for me in HOA.com.
Well, I love it. And guys, if you're just joining the webinar, the masterclass, we're going to get started in 4 minutes at the top of the hour. So welcome everybody. Glad we're seeing some chat. If you're on now, go ahead and put in chat what company and city you work for, and we'll do some shout outs. We're also streaming this on YouTube. So everybody, hello everyone out there on the internet world. And Todd, I'd love you to share, just while we're waiting for folks to dial in. We've got, I think, over 600 people registered for this, so it's going to be a fun session. But while we're sitting here, why don't you talk a little bit about what you did on Monday?
You know, I often speak and throw something out in the world before I actually think about the action and the consequences of what I say. And I have got a group coaching group, and I threw out the fact that I was that we should all make more calls, and that I would actually commit to doing 100 calls myself to real estate agents on Monday, which was last Monday. And then I even said, hey, well, if I'm gonna do it one Monday, I might as well do it for 3 Mondays. So I'm doing it next Monday and the Monday after. And went in with folks in my world and dialed from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. with a commitment of dialing a minimum of 100 realtors. I've done this one time before, and I got 84 realtors because I had some distractions during the day that I didn't choose to eliminate. And I was really committed this time to hit 100 dials. I really wanted 50 quality conversations. I wanted to talk to 50 real estate agents. And I did it on Zoom, a Zoom meeting where I was unmuted, so other loan officers in my world could listen to my conversations with realtors. So it was full accountability. It wasn't like I said, oh, I only did 50, but I'm gonna tell everyone it was 100. There was people on all day in Zoom, and they were dialing too. I asked them to commit to dialing a minimum of 50 realtors, because everyone knows 50 realtors, either on their phone, in their CRM, on Facebook, and or they could just, you know, search them from somewhere, with a target of 100. And throughout the day, averaged, about 24 people on Zoom, and they were all dialing. Half of them, I could see their smiling face, just like I see yours, Brandon. And they were just calling all day. So they were all muted, but they could pause and they could listen to my conversation. So, you know, when I talked to the number 1 individual real estate agent in Maricopa County, I said, hey, I'm on the phone with the 100, for the largest number 1 real estate agent in Maricopa County. When I talked to the guy who closed $1 billion in Maricopa County the last 2 years, one of the biggest agents in the country, I said, hey, I'm talking to a guy who leads $1 billion team. And then I did some cold calling where, guess what? I got a lot of voicemails, but they were still there listening to hear those scripts. And ironically, I went into it thinking I was going to have 100 conversations or 50 conversations around HOA.com. And it was such a laydown to get people to commit to partnering with my team with HOA.com that I couldn't do it. I couldn't have 50 people partner up with us. We just wouldn't have the manpower to do it. But as you said, I batted 1,000. I pitched 10 people on it, and I got 10 people to commit, and they were some big whales. I mean, they were people who, up till now have been kind of unrecruitable by me for my team, to work with my team, who said, yep, I'd love to sit down with you. I'd love to have you talk to my agents about it. And it was just an amazing day, long day, a tiring day, but super successful.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Guys, if you're just tuning in, you haven't missed anything. We're just kind of filling time, allowing people to come in. We've got over 600 people that are registered for this webinar, this masterclass today. Thanks. I see some people putting in chat. I see we've got Ed Diaz from Len Smart Mortgage, San Francisco in the house. I love it. We've got Harrison from Cross Country Mortgage in Lake Placid, New York. Burr, that makes me cold just thinking about Lake Placid. Go ahead and put in your company and your city, if you would, in chat. We're now at the top of the hour. We're going to get started here in just a moment. And we're going to be talking about hyper-local social farming and really what it takes for you as a loan officer to win in 2023 and beyond. Todd was just sharing his story as we're waiting for folks to come into the room and getting started here about how he made, Todd, I have you at 110 realtor calls that you made on Monday. And out of those, you had 51 quality conversations, and everyone you offered this HOA.com hyper-local social farming concept, everyone said yes. Is that right?
Absolutely. And I didn't offer it up to someone who was doing, 2 transactions in 2023. I offered it to people who are, what I would call big fish and whales in some parts. And some people ask me, hey, Todd, did you have a dialer on your head? No, that was that was this hand dialing. But, most of them I know. So I just, hit their name and called them, but it was all proactive, right? I had a list of folks that I created that I was going to call. It was proactive, well-planned, and, without sounding like a jerk, well-executed plan to make sure I connected with lots of people. I feel like it's a great opportunity in this market to talk about something different than every other loan officer is. And it gave me a reason to call people, which I think is the other reason that loan officers have call reluctance. And then I had my business partner also call. He made 78 calls, so he was not as successful as me in his dials, but he crushed me when it came to quality conversations by 2. He had 53 quality conversations, but Brandon knows the rest of the story of the other result that he got.
Oh, come on. You're going to tease him. You're not going to tell him he got 4 loan apps on Monday just from
4 loan apps. And he's like, wow, it's really funny. I should be calling realtors more often. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Wait, hold on. Stop the presses. You call realtors, you get deals. Is that how it works?
It's crazy how it happens, right? I don't do loans. I got 1 lead for the team, but he crushed me there. He got 4 actual applications, and awesome. The 1 lead that we got will turn into an application, I'm sure, if it hasn't already.
All right, cool. Well, a couple quick more shout outs. Thank you guys for putting your company and city. I see we got Tim Bullock, UHM in Columbus, Ohio, Alex in sunny Scottsdale, American Pacific, Brian Arnold of Open Mortgage in Denver. Awesome. We love Denver. My business partner will be up there tomorrow. Joel with Cross Country in Austin, Texas, Josh in St. Petersburg. We got Fayetteville, Tennessee, Hometown Mortgage, Ed Mann, one of my old buddies up in Lake Oswego with Cross Country Mortgage. And there's too many to list. So thank you guys for being here with us. We're going to go ahead and get this started. You're going to learn a ton on this call today. So what we're going to talk about in large part, you've already heard me kind of share with you what we're going to talk about, which is this whole concept that is going to absolutely change the industry, which is hyper-local social farming. You're going to hear this a lot in 2023, but the main title of this masterclass is The Secrets and Systems of Millionaire Mortgage Experts and how to survive and thrive in today's economic environment without having to buy leads that suck. The reality is times are different. I personally was in the mortgage business up until 2008, and I said, I'm out, right? And so I've been building tech platforms ever since and really helping people build raving referrals. That's what I'm passionate about. And so that's why I was fortunate enough to partner with Todd. But what we're going to teach you is what we've been learning after having conversations with mortgage lenders, loan officers that are closing over $100 million a year annually, people that are earning over $1 million a year in this business, and what they're doing to weather the storm and what you can do as well, and how you can use hyper-local social farming to stand out from your competition and gain an unfair advantage in your local market. And Todd, I love that you called 110 realtors on Monday, and everyone that you offered this HOA.com program, everyone said yes. That's fantastic. So just a little bio on me, guys. I am the CEO of HOA.com. My name is Brandon Barnum. For those of you who don't know me, I was in the mortgage business for 12 years, from 1997 actually to 2009 is when I left the industry. I did over $500 million in transactions by referral. And then after that, I built a series of internet platforms. Okay. My last platform was called refer.com. We built that to 5 million members. It was the number one referral network on the planet. We had 250,000 realtors on our platform. So I know a thing or two about building tech, building online networks, and we exited that. We sold that company in 2019. I was sitting on the sideline, started coaching my business partner, Thomas Evans. We came up with this concept of the Homeowner Alliance, Homeowner Alliance. We said that domain's too long. What if we could wave our magic wand? What would the ultimate domain be? Home, H, owner, O, Alliance A. That's how we got HOA.com. Before I turn it over to Todd, I just want to say a lot of you hear about HOA and you're like, man, I hate my HOA. And we're like, I know, right? So this market is ripe for disruption. We have a better way to HOA, and we're going to transform the way homeowner associations are managed, especially through hyper-local social farming. And I'm blessed to have as my co-host and now business partner, Todd Bookspan. Todd?
Oh, hey, Brandon, it's a pleasure always to be here alongside of you. And it's just a pleasure to see a bunch of people I know and a lot of you that I don't know that are on here. So for those who don't know who I am, I've got a company called Win by Noon that I'm super passionate about helping really anyone in sales, but most of our clients are in the real estate and loan industry, really grow and thrive in these crazy markets. Over 20 years in the mortgage business. The team that I used to lead, has closed over $1 billion of loans. The last year that I did loans, I was ranked number 23 in the country for the number of loans that I closed. So I feel like I am in a great position to talk from authority. As Brandon said, I called 110 real estate agents on Monday, talked to 51, and really my goal is to roll up my sleeves and help those who are part of our community figure out how not just to survive in 2023, but really to thrive and dominate where they want to do so. Really involved in the mortgage coach community. So if anyone's familiar with the Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind Group, I co-founded that with Dave Savage about 6 years ago. I've done over 300 Friday masterminds with Dave. I've interviewed over 300 real estate agents, over 500 loan officers. And so really, I'm just a student of learning from other people so that I can turn around and help others that I care about grow. And then says on there, so I'll say it, I've also co-founded the Modern Mortgage Summit with Dave, and it's been the most attended virtual event the last 3 years, and something that I've been super excited about because we'll have 14 of the top mortgage pros and top real estate agents live on stage in 2023.
I love it. I can't wait to be there with you, Todd. That's going to be fun. Would you share with the audience the story of the buffalo?
Yeah, you know what? It's I love this story, and I love that that it's such a time appropriate analysis of what I'm seeing in lending and in real estate. And some of you may know this, but I don't think everyone does, because I didn't till I heard the stories that animals have this sixth sense that we don't have as humans. Maybe some of you have it, but I certainly don't. And so what they have is they've got this way, because they're connected to the ground, they're lower. They actually can sense when a storm is coming their way, right? And there's no doubt we're in the middle of a storm right now, right? Biggest increase in interest rates and biggest decrease in demand that we've ever seen in the housing world, right? And so, I don't need to tell you about that because you're living and experiencing every day. But ultimately you have, a field like this, and you're going to have a couple of animals that are typically going to be nearby each other. One's going to be the cow. And the cow can sense that storm coming, and the cow does what I'm seeing a lot of people do right now. I talked to one realtor who told me she was getting ready to apply for a job to go back to her old career after 10 years as a real estate agent. And she was doing what the cow's going to do. She's running away. She's trying to get away from the storm. And then the other end, I talked to Buffalo. I talked to team leaders, people who run large teams who said, gosh, I'm rolling up my sleeves, and I'm teaching, I'm training, I'm running training classes now. I never have. They're running into the storm. That's what the Buffalo does. The Buffalo runs in the storm, and the best leaders I talk to are running in the storm too. And what happens is that the cow, because they're running away from the storm comes along and stays over them, and they get stuck in that storm for a really long time, versus the buffalo who's actually running into the storm and gets through the storm faster into the other side of success. And so really what I know, and what I want you all to learn about is how HOA.com is going to get my team through this storm and through it super fast, just like the Buffalo.
Yeah, it's so important. Just like with Matt Baker, right? Making those calls on Monday, got 4 deals in one day. So this masterclass is for you if you want home buyers consistently being referred to you, and if you want to be promoted to homeowners and to home service pros as a trusted mortgage expert in your local market. We're going to be talking about that a lot. And there is good news, right? Yes, it's scary out there. I was talking to a mortgage lender this morning. He's like, look, I haven't closed any deals in 4 months. Right. So the reality is there is a storm there. And if you don't have a strategy and a system for success, and if you're out there all alone, you don't know what is going on. But the good news is there's light that's peeking through those clouds, right? It's projected that there's going to be 5 million real estate transactions that are going to close next year. And the good news is you guys are well paid. You don't have to do 1,000 deals next year to make great money. According to New York Times, this is a study that just came out in September. On an average, nationally, LOs are earning $4,350 per loan. That means if you just do 4 deals a month, right? That's 48 deals for the year. At $4,350, that's $208,000 that you can earn next year just from 4 deals a month. So it's really not that hard, but you got to have a way to stand out from the competition and stand out from the crowd. And, you know, Todd, this is one I know you talk a lot about. You and I were at Todd Duncan's 2022 Sales Mastery Conference a couple months ago. And when he revealed all the research that he's done this summer, only 2% of LOs said they're highly confident in their business plan. So you must hear this all the time, don't you?
You know, I do. I mean, this time of year, I'm so focused on business planning. I feel like that there's a huge opportunity for us to weather the storm with taking action. And in order to take action, you need to know where you're trying to go so you can figure out what are the steps I need to do to get there. Some people heard you say 4 transactions and they're thinking, holy smokes, that's hard. And there's other people who are saying 4 transactions, that's nothing. And, you know, ultimately the difference is that, you know, the loan officers who have no plan have inconsistent business, and those who do have plans have consistent business. And that's what we're trying to do here.
Absolutely. And here's the other thing, and I know this is why you're so passionate about Win by Noon, but only 14% of LOs surveyed say they measure their results every single day. And, you know, guys, if you're not already using a Win by Noon planner and system, you should be. I love this. I use it myself every day, even though I'm not in the mortgage industry, but it's the best system that I've seen in planner to track all of the action that I'm taking. And this is really what it's about, is taking consistent action each and every day, even though in my world, I'm talking to influencers, I'm talking to national brands that we're partnering with, I'm talking to strategic alliances where we're doing tech deals. So I'm not calling realtors, but I'm doing the same work, which is business development. And you've got to be tracking that. And when you use the Win by Noon system, you get your key activity done every day by noon. The rest of the day, what are you doing, Todd? You're golfing, you're hanging out. What are you doing?
Well, whatever you want to do, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I grew my business 45% in a year when I blocked my calendar from 8:30 to 11:30 to get the most important activities that we all know, you all know what needs to get done. I just wasn't doing it consistently. I wasn't doing it consistently because I wasn't well planned out. I didn't really bookend my day. I didn't put the blinders on. And ultimately, in the end, it gave me the opportunity in the afternoons to meet with people, build connections, deepen the relationships. And, you know, that's really what we want here, is we want you to have an opportunity to deepen your relationships and, have a great life and a great year.
Yeah, and part of that key is hyperlocal social farming. You heard us talk about it at the top of the hour. And if you're not familiar with that term, here's the definition. It's really the combination of narrowing your marketing to online media in such a way that you master the area that you're targeting quickly. And realtors have been doing this for decades, right? The art of farming a physical area with more than just random mailings, but a strategic approach to bring massive results. We're going to be talking about throughout this conversation, but what you're going to be seeing is hyperlocal social farming is the future. And if you're not doing it, you're going to be left alone. So as Todd and I've been talking to all of these mortgage millionaires, people that are earning at least $1 million a year in the mortgage profession, there's really 5 key things that all of them are doing. And that's what we're here to share with you today. Number one, they're working primarily by referral. I know you guys are like, yeah, duh, of course. Well, we're going to get into some stats and talk a little bit about that. Number two, building strong referral partnerships. Number three, establishing your expert authority. Number four, localizing your marketing. And number five, being a charity champion. So let's dig into this. There's some really important statistics, and I know you know this, right? People trust recommendations from people that they know, right? Somebody says, you got to see this movie, you got to go to this restaurant, you got to check it out, right? Well, the science, the data, the research says 90% of people say they trust recommendations from people that they know. So really important. People are 400% more likely to hire you when they're referred to you. So if you're working and buying leads, that's not the place that you want to be. And referred clients are 16% more profitable. So you want to be working by referral, and the best way to do that is through strong referral partnerships. Todd, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, real quick, let me just throw something on that they're more profitable. And so when I see more profitable, I think less price exceptions, right? Less tension in the conversation. You all know that, right? When you get a really strong referral, that is a much more enjoyable sales conversion process for you. And so don't not think about that as being something super important as a part of your business. I think this number two is really critical. And I think it was a big part of the success of my career, and is still a big part of the success of my team, right? Is this whole idea of building strong referral partnerships, right? You want to partner with, right? You want to work close together with professionals who are serving homeowners every day, right? And so we all know that the number one choice that we have as loan officers is real estate agents. Why? Because we know that they're the ones who are closest to more transactions than anybody else. But we all know it also would be really nice to get referrals from a financial advisor, from a CPA, from insurance agents, divorce attorneys, home builders, home service professionals, all these other people who are also coming in contact with people who need loans, but they don't know who is their go-to referral source for that. Where should they be sending those leads? And so one of our goals is this whole idea of becoming the community connector, right? Being that person that has that referral network that you've built, that you've helped refer business to, and then more importantly, that they'll refer business back to you.
It's critical. And these are the people that are talking to homeowners every single day. That's their job, right? So by partnering with people that are already having the conversations with your perfect prospect and aligning with them, right? You're building your business together. What you don't want to do is be out there being the Lone Ranger. When I was CEO of Trusted Team, we did a survey and we surveyed over 2,000 professionals, and we found that 32% of those pros had zero referral partnerships. 47% had one or two, which means 79% of those thousands they had maximum of 2 referral partnerships, right? So they're out there every day building their business by themselves. And those people on average were earning under $75,000 a year. But the people that had 10 or more referral partnerships were crushing it. Those people were earning over $250,000 a year. So that's where you want to be. Now, we've got a quick video. We asked for a couple of different mortgage experts to share their success with referral partnerships. Take a listen to this.
I've been a real estate lender for almost 12 years. And I can tell you that on the investment side, on the consumer side, the biggest source of business has been referrals, either from referral partners, repeat business from past clients, or referrals from past clients. In fact, I'd say that more than 95% of my business has come from realtor referral partners in the last couple of years, especially, and combined with and sprinkled in with, of course, repeat business and referrals from past client database. Through everything else that I've tried, this has been the most successful. It's also been, guess what? The most cost effective, because it's all about relationships. It's not about trying to throw some money at something. And so if you haven't built up your network yet, I suggest that you do that.
Hi there, I'm Jen Duplessis with Kinetic Spark Consulting. People often ask me, what was the number one strategy that helped you close over $1 billion in mortgage originations in your career? Well, the answer is simple: referral partners. Building deeper, stronger, richer relationships with your referral partners is the key to ultimate success in the mortgage business. Period. End of story. It's really, really that simple. Honestly, it's just a numbers game. I was able to build $1 billion business with just 22 referral partners. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't have other partners who trickled business into me. But what was most important is these 22 I call them my apostles. These 22 consistently sent me business every single month. Like I said, it's purely a numbers game. Having just 10 referral partners sending you consistently 2 referrals per month will get you in the top 1%, if not more, in the mortgage industry. So that's why it's so critical to have great referral relationships so that you can be a game changer. You can crack the code on the business of mortgage lending. So if you haven't built up your referral partners in this economy, it's time to start.
All right, it is time to start. So that's so important. And Todd, I want to talk about how you're out there talking to new real estate agents. There's a number of ways that you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and bring them all on the screen here. But I know that Monday, you made 110 cold calls. And just talk a little bit about these things and what mortgage loan officers are doing to meet new real estate agents.
Well, I mean, you've got it all here, right? Cold calls, industry events, broker opens and open houses, networking groups. And I would put cold calls, right? You can, some are lukewarm, some are warm, some are good friends. And, I challenged, the folks that I have in a group coaching group to dial a minimum of 50 with a target of 100 calls on Monday. And those were on early. We kind of chatted about it a little bit, but it is always really interesting. In this case, I did it on Zoom and I was unmuted. So we had, anywhere from 20 to 25 people on almost the whole day. Half were brave enough to have their cameras on too. So they were all muted. I could see them calling, their mouths were moving. And then they would pause and they would listen to the conversations that I was having as I dialed 110 real estate agents. I talked to 51 throughout the day. And I was having the conversations that every loan officer wants to have, right? I was connecting with those 51 agents of all different abilities. Some were struggling. Very few of who I called were struggling. Most were actually doing pretty well, but we're looking for what's the easy answer to growing my business as we head into 2023. And you and I talked ahead of time. I kind of felt like I was going to talk to all 100 people that I was targeting about HOA.com. And I found so quickly that it was such an easy conversion that I couldn't do it. I only had 10 communities that I could have my team partner with. And so I had to be really laser focused. Who are the best? What was that best avatar to make sure I targeted? Because I had 100% of the people that I talked to about hyper local social farming all said yes, and are all super excited to partner with my team to move forward. It was truly the easiest conversion I had, especially since a third of the people that I converted were people that really have been kind of unrecruitable as a partner because of the fact that they're on teams that have preferred lenders and have these other relationships. And they all said, hey, Todd, I've got to send that business that I have with that lead source to that lender, but I would love to be able to partner with your team and create this whole new opportunity for me to generate business that we can work together. And so it was just such, I hate to say it, it was easy. And I had dozens of people listening in and hearing just how easy it was.
Well, I love that you did the work and you actually made cold calls. So few people are doing that. And guys, we're here to give you confidence, right? Part of what we do is we have the scripts. We know the best practices. We know what works. And we've got something to help you stand out and be unique so that you've got some real value to offer to agents. And you're going to see that in a second. But before I move past here, the takeaway is you need to be making the calls. Like, I love that your partner made the calls too. He made 78 phone calls and got 4 deals out of it on Monday, right?
Yeah, that was the crazy part because I was pretty proud of myself. So I sent to my team group text, I hate to sound like a jerk, but I was like, I did 110 calls and I talked to 51 people. And, Matt wasn't sitting at a desk like I was. I think he had some appointments and he was running around. He's like, well, nice job, but I made 78 calls. I talked to 53 real estate agents and I got 4 applications. I was like, ooh, all right, humble pie really quickly. But the bottom line is I don't know too many teams that actually talk to over 100 realtors on Monday. And for us, it's just a great opportunity to share something that I know is going to be a game changer in their business next year by helping them get what they want. Guess what? We're going to get what we want, which is more transactions.
I love it. I love it. Good work. Good work, sir. And then the last piece on here is the networking groups. And, many of you might be in a BNI or a Chamber of Commerce or a LeTip group, and you should be doing that. Go find where real estate agents are hanging out. We actually recommend that you start your own. We're going to talk about what it means to have your own business alliance, but we'll get to that in a bit. Going back to some of the statistics from Todd Duncan's Sales Mastery Conference, 21% of LOs said that they knew their top 3 needs of their referral partners. So if that's you, if you're in this is like the 80-20 rule, right? If you're in basically the 80%, the 79% of you that wouldn't respond to that, you need to go listen and ask questions and learn what it is that they want. We know that leads is going to be at the top of their list. It always is, right? But what else is it that they're looking for that you can add value? And that's really the key. Now, one of the other statistics that came up is only 3% of LOs said they'd rate themselves a 5 out of 5 when it comes to following up with their referral partners. And guys, the fortune's in the follow-up. If you're just making a call one time and you're not following up and following through, there's no deals. You've got to be consistently top of mind. You've got to stay in the game and make sure those people know that you are there to serve them. Okay. So follow-up is key. The fortune's in the follow-up. Now, the third strategy that these millionaire mortgage experts shared is about establishing your expert authority. You know, you've got to be the captain of the wealth team, as Dave Savage says, right? So you want to be constantly educating your audience, whether that's your referral partners, your past clients, your community, your social sphere. You want to be elevating your expert authority so that they think of you first and foremost. When anybody talks about a mortgage, number one, they should be thinking about you. And number two, they should be talking about you. And part of the way that you do that, you see this in the second paragraph, is to be doing events, educate your audience, whether you're doing a workshop, a masterclass, like what we're doing here, right? We're giving value, we're educating people. That lifts and elevates our expert status because we know we're experts, but we have to be able to share that expertise with others to attract our perfect prospects, and you should be doing the same. Todd, here on screen, we've got advanced investment strategies. Talk a little bit about how teaching income producing investment strategies is making a difference for the LOs that you're working with.
Well, I mean, I would say this, we all know that, I shouldn't say we all know, but the statistic is that the average person at retirement has 83% of their net worth in their home equity. And I feel like there's a lot of loan officers, maybe this resonates with you, maybe it doesn't, who made a lot of money over the last few years, but I look at them and I don't think that they're wealthy. And so I always say you got to lead by example. And so part of what I love about what the team here has put together is a lot of done for you pieces that you can share with realtors, that you can share with clients. And then one of the things that I'm passionate about, you know, I don't want to give away what are the things we're going to talk about that we do, but in our twice a month Win by Noon with Raby Referrals coaching for our group is really talking about wealth and how to build wealth and how to teach about wealth. And you know, I practice what I preach. I just closed on another investment property. Well, I'm closing on it today. Anytime now, it's probably in my email that we've recorded. And I just feel like there's just a great opportunity for you to teach whatever it is that you're passionate about. But what I love about it is the hesitation that I had as a newer loan officer, the hesitation that a lot of the loan officers that I know and talk to is what to say, how to say it. And I love the fact that a lot of what HOA.com creates for its members is the materials to share out there to be the expert authority.
Yeah, and thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. But you know what I'm excited about, and one of the reasons why we think this is so important for you as a mortgage expert to be able to share investment strategies is because every investor that you attract to your business, they, instead of doing one loan with you every 5 years, they might do 5 loans with you every 1 year. Okay. And when you attract investors and you're able to give those referrals out to the realtor partners that you're working with, it can make a massive difference, not only for you, but for them. When I was an LO and I attracted leads myself, and then I was able to refer those home buyers or sellers to my realtors, it locked in that loyalty. I had one agent back in Oregon named Norma Reardon with Remax, and I gave her a deal that I had gotten through my website, and that deal led to another deal, and we had she earned 5 transaction sides through that one referral, and she made like $35,000, and she referred me for years. Okay, so be an expert, establish your expertise, and share that with the community. And then the fourth strategy is localize your marketing. We've been talking a lot about hyper-local social farming. right? Realtors have been doing this for decades, but are you localizing your marketing? Are you farming individual communities that you're focused on? And you should be doing that in partnership with your realtors. If they're farming an area, you and your business should be listed on their flyers, on their direct mail pieces, on their digital marketing campaigns. If they're literally going into that community to deliver pumpkins or pumpkin pies or whatever it is, you should be working with those realtors to hyper localize your marketing. We're going to be talking about that. Anything you want to share here, Todd?
I would just say that there was a handful of realtors I talked to who were the most excited about their business right now. And they were the ones who were like, oh yeah, we just did a pie giveaway to our clients and in our neighborhood. And the folks who had localized events going on, the folks who actually do focus on being that hyper local social farming agent were the ones who seemed to have I could just see the smiles on their faces through the phone.
Well, and I love that you were sharing on our group coaching call that we just had before this, that you talked to the #1 top producing agent in the Phoenix metro area on Monday. And she was saying that she's having every one of the agents on her team farming specific neighborhoods. So guys, this is not a lost art, but you're probably lost in it. If you're not doing this, you're missing the boat, and we're going to help you do that. All right. And I love this quote too, Todd. I just added this in. This came from our director of partnerships. There's no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. Thank you, Margaret Wheatley. We care a lot about our communities. In fact, we recommend that you are a charity champion. There's some great statistics when it comes to this. 86% of consumers say they're likely to purchase from purpose-driven companies. Okay, so what are you doing to show that you care about the communities you serve? 89% of corporate executives say that companies that lead with purpose have a competitive advantage in today's marketplace. Guys, this is one of the things that I did in my mortgage company that made a huge difference, right? We did community impact events, and we promoted those and partnered with our realtors, financial advisors, insurance agents, CPAs. And by being out there in the community, making a difference, you win the hearts that then win the minds. Todd, anything you want to share about this before we get into our mortgage expert program?
Well, I think it comes along the same lines, right? I think that this is, some of you are saying, oh, this totally makes sense, but it's hard to execute on. But just think about it. If you can connect with a community that has the same passion around a particular cause, that those are the deepest connections you can build. And so that's just one of the things that I love, Brandon, that you're super passionate about, and that, again, you've built into, what we're doing here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, you're getting 25 years worth of experience and expertise, and not only building the mortgage business, but then building tech platforms and helping. In my case, we had 5 million members of my last platform that were all part of our international referral network. And so that experience has led us to create this program that we're calling the HOA.com Mortgage Expert Program. So hopefully you've gotten a ton of value out of this masterclass already as far as what you can be doing today to make a difference in your business. We're going to shift now, and we're going to share with you what we've built here at HOA.com and how you can become a mortgage expert and be the #1, quite frankly, the exclusive mortgage expert that is promoted in the communities that you serve. And that's really the first benefit of this program. It is a 1-year program. And so as a mortgage expert in HOA.com, I'll tell you, there is an application process, just so you know. We don't just anoint anyone as a mortgage expert. You have to be in the business at least 2 years and have closed at least $10 million. That's our mark. If you're close to that, we can have a conversation, but we just need to know that you know your stuff, because we're anointing you as the mortgage expert for those communities. I'm going to share with you and show you what this looks like, but we're building community pages for every HOA in America, and quite frankly, every community. And you see here, Matt Baker, he is the exclusive mortgage expert for Santan Ranch, and then sponsors his realtor partners. Also, what we incorporate is other referral partners. Who are the home service pros that are serving that neighborhood? We include a ton of information that's helpful for the community, including descriptions about the community. And then it's a massive SEO play. We've hired the SEO manager from OfferPad, who's our digital marketing director. And so we're building out these community pages for every HOA and, quite frankly, every neighborhood in America. We've also just done a partnership with Home Scout. Some of you may use Home Scout already as a marketing strategy so that you've got your own MLS-enabled partnership page so that you can serve your clients and then attract deals for your realtors. Well, we've done a partnership with Home Scout, and we now have 93% of the homes for sale in America that will be part of this platform. And as I mentioned earlier, it's a big SEO play. So one of the questions that comes up is, okay, how are we attracting homeowners? And I'm going to go through this quickly because there's a lot here. And here's what I want you to take away from this. Okay. You don't need to know how it all works. What you need to see is the vision for what we're creating. In our database, we have 260 million consumer records with emails, phone numbers, the net worth of the client, their profession, their job, number of children that they have, their net worth, their value of their home equity in their home, okay? So what we're building here, and you just have to catch the vision, is we have the data on every homeowner in America. We're creating this home safe report. Many of you are probably familiar with HomeBot or maybe Home IQ. I'm hearing more Home IQ these days. Really super sticky feature that homeowners love because they can see their home valuation every single month, whether it's going up or down. It's some of the highest open rates in the business. And Todd, I know this is one of the things you're excited about with HOA.com, yeah?
Well, absolutely, because I just know that those other products you mentioned are super sticky, and I know that my team spends over $1,400 a month on one of those. And so I just look at it and say, gosh, what an easy button for us to actually impact our business in one direction, but actually impact our bottom line in another direction.
100%. Now, I'll tell you one thing that's going to be different from a HomeBot or a Zillow valuation is our home safe report is actually going to be, and this will take us probably a couple quarters next year, but it'll be like Carfax for your home as well. So you can track all of the enhancements that you've made to your property, which is important from a capital gains basis perspective. And you'll be able to see all of the home service pros who have served your home. So ultimately, our app will be everything about your home in one location. We're also creating lifetime client campaigns. We have our own CRM, and you'll have pre-done campaigns that you'll be able to click and approve and send out to all of the homeowners that you serve and everyone in your database, because again, the fortune's in the follow-up. If you're not communicating to your past clients, you're missing opportunities because they're having conversations. They're having drinks with their buddies or around the barbecue where they're talking about interest rates or homes and they're going to buy a new house. Well, who are you using? They should be recommending you. But if you're not communicating with them, they're not thinking about you. So that's the lifetime client campaign.
Can I throw something real quick in on that, Brandon? I mean,
Please.
one of the things too is this is going to be different, right? I mean, I hate to say it. If you're sending out what your mortgage company sends out, you're sending out what every other mortgage loan officer is sending out. So again, super excited about the fact that I'm going to have done for me content that's different than what everyone else is getting.
Absolutely. And also localized, right? We talk about hyper-local social farming. One of the things we're excited about is localizing it down to the neighborhood. The community news, right? Because when you think about it, right, there's a community calendars talking about what's going on in Scottsdale or what's going on in Beaverton. Hey, Ed, man, I see you on here. I see you, brother. The fact that you have these localized events that are happening, we're going to be able to share that news kind of like a Nextdoor. I often describe to people what we're building is like Nextdoor meets Home Advisor. Okay, think of it that way, but it's really HOA community based. And as you see, we have the best domain on the planet when it comes to homeowner associations. And I'll also tell you, we're not exclusively HOA. We're building these community pages for every neighborhood, whether it's an HOA neighborhood or not. VIP concierge service. We're going to talk about this in a second, so I'm not going to get into it now. Safe Kids Now neighborhood watch program. We got to keep our kids safe And this, again, is one of the ways that we're going to attract homeowners onto the platform, onto our app, so that they're seeing you as the mortgage expert on a regular basis. We're going to talk about community impact events and campaigns in a second, neighborhood deals and discounts, and then referral rewards and rebates program, offering homeowners the ability to earn mailbox money by recommending pros into the platform and other homeowners into the platform. Imagine if you got paid when you sent somebody to Nextdoor or to Home Advisor or to Angie or to Thumbtack, and that you earned a little sort of Uber fee, if you will, for all that business. Well, that's part of our platform. So Todd, anything you want to add here before we move on?
Well, I think the big thing here is you might say, well, gosh, do I really care about safe kids? It doesn't matter what you care about. It's actually what is the homeowner who's going to use you in the future for a loan? What do they care about? And when someone else is throwing out there, payment and rate, and, certainly that's important. But when you actually have a competitive payment rate and you're offering these other things in their neighborhood, who are they going to choose, right? It's an easy choice for them because you're the one who's there providing that value.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. And again, these are all supporting points. The key is you're going to have 10 communities that you are the mortgage expert in, and you're also going to be able to sponsor 10 referral partners into the program. So you'll have your own mortgage expert page. On that page, the domain will be custom to your name, right? So it'll all be about you. And the loan application link ties directly to your 1003. So we're sending people directly into your own personal loan application. We'll have the bio, obviously your NMLS number, and then the 10 communities that you serve, as well as you'll have the ability to sponsor 10 realtors or other referral partners that will be on the program absolutely free. Okay, so there's no cost to them. They get to have their own page on the platform, and they get to be part of that community. And it's a give from you to them. So this is where, when Todd said he offered it to 10 people on Monday as he was making his cold calls, and they all said yes, this is a 10 out of 10, being able to offer realtors something of value. So you're standing out from your competition and really offering them, again, this hyper local social farming platform. So Todd, anything you want to add here?
Well, I mean, again, I don't think that I'm any better at having a conversation with a real estate agent than you are. And I got 10 out of 10 that I talked to say, I'm in. And then have a follow-up meeting set with those folks. And I think in a time where it's difficult to get a realtor to get our call or to call us back, I talked to 51 people. I had more than a dozen call me back yesterday. The biggest challenge I have transparently right now is fitting in all the meetings, in the next 10 days before the holidays hit. Because I want to meet them all one-on-one. I'm going to keep that excitement going. And I know that it's an opportunity for you as well.
Yeah, and I just want to reiterate what you just said, because I'm not sure everybody caught it. Todd's biggest challenge right now is that he spent one day making phone calls, and he has more realtors that want to meet with him than he has time for. Okay, guys. So listen, this really is a game changer. It really is the way that you can boost your business quickly and get access to the deals that you need. And I love that, like you said, Matt got 4 deals just on Monday making calls.
Well, hey, we got a great question too from Brett.
Sure.
Brett said, hey, Todd's team has taken all of Arizona already, which is like way far from the truth. There's over 9,000 HOA communities in Maricopa County where my team operates, and we have 10. And on top of that, HOA.com is going to build out all the non-HOA communities, and I don't even know how many thousands that is as well. The first mover advantage will get you the HOAs that your agents want. And I feel like the likelihood of somebody else's realtor wanting the same HOA that one of the teams that we have realtors are already working with is pretty darn low. And everyone that I talk to, because again, there's already other people in HOA.com in Arizona. So not every HOA is currently available to us. So I had them give me their top 3 that they wanted. So if their top is already taken by another Arizona loan officer, guess what? Then we're just going to move on to their number 2. So it's what a great opportunity to get them to think outside of their box too, right? The realtors may have a number 1, but most of them I talked to, the biggest challenge was narrowing them down to what's their true number 1, what's their true number 2. And I just have a feeling I'm not going to have to go down past number 2 or 3 with any of them.
Well, and you won't right now. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you hit on this, right? Because here's the deal. once you lock up a HOA community, you lock out your competition. Okay. So this is a 1-year program. You're going to have the exclusive license of that community for a full year. Okay. You're going to be the man, the mayor of Murray Hill, as I often say. And, I talk a lot about hyperlocal social farming. Well, when I was in Beaverton with my mortgage business, Integrity Lending, I lived in this area called Murray Hill, and there was one realtor that farmed the heck out of the areas, and his name was Brian Belair's. And Ed, man, if you're on, you know exactly who I'm talking about, because you would see 2 out of every 3 for sale signs that would be in about 10 different communities around Murray Hill. They'd say for sale by Brian Belair's. That's what we want for your realtor. And the beauty is when you license an HOA community, you're locking out your competition. Okay, so you want to do this sooner than later, because you're right. If you wait and you're like, I'm going to see how this goes and I'll come back in 3 to 6 months, you're going to be out of the game. All the best communities will be licensed. But right now we haven't done the big national push. That's coming in Q1. You guys have early access to this. And so this is literally the 4th time we've done this masterclass. If you're interested in this program, let's have a conversation about the communities and let's get you going.
And I think the big thing to remember, because Wendy's pointing out where she lives, there's just not a lot of true HOA communities. That's okay. The number 1 agent in Maricopa County who I talk to, she doesn't work in HOA communities either. And so she's interested in looking at it from the alternate non-HOA community perspective that HOA.com is building out as well.
Yeah. So in our data, thank you for saying that, Todd. In our data feed, we're creating communities for every single subdivision. So if you think about the data feed, right, from a title company, it's listed as a subdivision. We're creating communities around individual subdivisions, whether it's a homeowner association or not. Okay. We do have the domain HOA.com. 53% of all homeowners live in an HOA. So it's over half of the US. Okay. But we're creating community pages for the other 47% that don't. So yes, we're HOA.com, but we're really creating it for every community in America. Okay, I want to walk you through the rest of this just so you know. The other thing that we're doing, and you heard Todd and I talk about it twice a month, we do Win by Noon with Raving Referrals group coaching calls. Now, Todd, if you want to hire him, he does that very selectively. Todd charges $2,500 a month for private coaching, $30,000 a year to be in his private coaching program. And I think, Todd, you're doing $300 a month in your group coaching program. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got a great group coaching program because, transparently, I don't have enough time to coach individuals right now. And so I've, doing it the other direction. But yeah, and it's also price prohibitive for most folks.
Yeah. And so in part of this package and program, this is included. He does a special one just for us. We're grateful for that. But you're also going to receive the Win by Noon with Raving Referrals planners that, like I said, I use every single day, and a copy of the Raving Referrals book so that you've got all the best practices, strategies, and scripts. We're writing a follow-up version, which will be Raving Referrals for Mortgage Pros. Quite frankly, we're looking for great success stories. So we're going to be featuring some of you that come on board and go crush it. We want the stories, just like Todd was talking about with the 100 calls that he's made. We want to be telling stories like that in the book. So if you decide to come on board with this program, there's a chance you maybe even be in the book, which is kind of fun. All right, Todd, anything else?
It also gives you notoriety, right? I mean, if you're in a book and you're looking for, again, something to give you that next level of credibility to your partners and future partners, to your clients, right? I mean, what an easy thing for someone to see that, hey, featured in the book, Raving Referrals for Mortgage Pros, when you have that in your email signature and you can have all of your clients, prospective clients, partners see that. I mean, to me, that's pretty darn cool.
It's huge. The first time I was written in the book was in 2005, and it changed my life because I used that feature to boost my expert authority. And I gave the book to all of my referral partners to show them that, other people trusted me and they could too. This program also, go ahead, Todd.
Well, and of course, your mentor, which you haven't mentioned yet, is Mark Victor Hansen, Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Yeah, the book was Cracking the Millionaire Code, and it was awesome. He put 3 pages about me in the book, and it literally changed my life, changed my career. And yeah, Mark's a great man, and he's speaking at an event we're doing next month. So Mark's an awesome individual, and I'm just blessed and honored to have him as a friend. Back to this program, one of the other things that we're doing is every month we're going to give you a business alliance activation plan and monthly agendas. This is like you having the ability to start your own BNI chapter, okay? You don't have to do this. This is recommended, not required, but we're giving you a turnkey system to be able to create your own business alliance, okay? You'll invite people in, maybe you do it in your office or in a real estate office once a month. And we're going to give you an agenda of exactly what to say. We give you the scripts to invite people, and we're going to give you an agenda of what to say in that meeting so that it's much more of a mastermind. We're going to give you a teaching point, and that's right out of the Raving Referrals book, and then also questions that you can ask to stimulate the conversation, create the dialogue so that you accelerate the relationship building process, and you've got people that serve homeowners that are in deep alliance and dedicated to doing more business with you. So that's part of the program as well. And then our monthly community impact campaigns. Now, this is personally, I'm a fan of being charity champions. I spoke about it at a live event this morning, and we featured a charity reaching teen hearts. And so that's just something that I'm personally passionate about. Every month, we create community impact campaigns. Next Tuesday, we're launching our Best Dressed Home contest, where it's a social media viral campaign. People will be able to share with their communities. So they've got content that's just swipe files, and you can share it and stay top of mind, right? A lot of people don't know what to put. Here's one that we did in October, a We've Been Booed campaign. We did the Great Egg Hunt. That's one of our community impact campaigns. And then we're passionate about veterans. So we do a veteran salute campaign. We did this on Veterans Day, and we are a veteran-owned company. My business partner is former Army. And so that's something that's super a passion of ours is our veteran community. And then also giving you guys turnkey community impact campaigns that you can share with your social sphere every single month. Todd?
Well, and I think this is, again, the easy button, right? So, the first partnership that my team created was with the community that you showed earlier. That real estate agent we targeted, they already had 1,600 followers in their Facebook group from the community. And now we're going to be in there alongside of them promoting HOA.com. And they were doing things like this, and it took them a lot of effort to create it. And now they're excited for the easy button that we're going to be able to provide through HOA.com.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, guys, because this is not only about you having access to these community impact campaigns so that you can promote yourself. Yes, first and foremost, that's absolutely true. But we also want to give you campaigns that you can give to your realtors and your referral partners so that you're pushing the easy button, as Todd said, for them as well. So that's part of this program. And then also we're getting a lot of great feedback on this. This is our VIP concierge move-in service. It's a white labeled concierge service that's branded with your name, your photo, and your phone number that you get to give as a gift to any one of your home buyers that's moving. They say that moving and buying a home is the second most stressful thing that you'll go through in life behind death of a loved one. Okay, so moving is stressful. You're going to have the gift of a concierge service where they'll have one dedicated concierge that's helping them throughout the process, change their address, structure their moving service if they want, set up their utilities, internet cable, all the stuff that goes into moving. They'll have one dedicated person through HOA.com and through you as the one giving it to them as another service that you can offer. And again, you're going to offer this to your home buyers, but you're also going to offer this to your realtors and referral partners. So I think this is massive. We've been getting a lot of great feedback about this. So this is one of the things. And Todd, I think you have a service like this that you're paying for currently, right?
Yeah, $768 a month. So just canceled that. So that's awesome. But think about it, right? It's part of my team's conversion process. When you can tell a consumer who's calling you and maybe shopping with other lenders, and you say, gosh, you know what, I've got the easy button for you too. I know how stressed out you are about the move and how busy you are. I'll be able to take off your plate getting all of your utilities turned on. Would that be helpful to you? Right? Boom, like
it's
super
massive.
easy opportunity.
There's a ton here. So just kind of wrapping it up, guys, number one, you're going to have 10 communities that you're the exclusive mortgage expert in. You'll have the mortgage expert badge and the profile page. You'll be able to sponsor 10 realtors or other referral partners. It's up to you. There's no cost to them. You'll get access to our twice a month Win by Noon group coaching program. And you'll have the Business Alliance activation plan and agendas, the community impact campaigns, and the VIP concierge move-in service. So there's a ton there. Now, we just launched this a few weeks ago. So total transparency, this was launched, I think it was mid-October. So we've been doing this for about 6 weeks. I shared with you, this is the 4th masterclass, okay? So this is early days, but we're already getting some great success stories as a result. This is Stacy Dowling with Revolution Mortgage up in Denver, Colorado. She said, being an HOA.com mortgage experts helped me build strong referral partnerships with 19 realtors and home service pros. I love it. It's brilliant and so powerful. Some of you might be going, wait, I thought there was 10. We do have an option for those that have a team. So with Stacy, she has 20 different communities that she's licensed. So we do have that option available, but the base program is for 10 pros. This is a guy here locally in the Phoenix area, Daniel Herrera with Barrett Financial Group. He said, HOA.com's mortgage expert program is a total no-brainer. It's given me the confidence to cold call new realtors and who are excited and have said yes. They see the bigger picture. They're all in. I've received 2 leads from one realtor in just the first few days of signing up. Guys, that's exactly what this is meant to be, to give you the confidence and also a system that you can use to go build your business and build your referral partnerships. So you're probably wondering, okay, great. What is the investment? What does it cost? Well, normally our standard pricing of licensing one community is $99 a month. So for 10, that would be a total of $11,880. Don't worry, that's not the cost to you, but that is the standard pricing that we will be establishing once we launch this nationwide. You've got a pre-release opportunity, but beyond just the standard, we've talked about the Win by Noon group coaching and planners, the Raving Referral training program and book, the Business Alliance activation. You see the value of these different services. Todd, I just captured this on our last call. You said you're saving $2,396 a month by eliminating some of the other programs. Is that right?
A month. Yeah. So it was a no-brainer, right? Paid for it in a short period of time.
That's awesome. Well, for you guys, it's the combined value is over $17,388. You get everything for just $3,997. So that's literally less than what you earn from one mortgage loan. Now, we do have a financing option. So if you want financing, we're going to give you a link in a second. You'll be able to use that financing link. And from what I understand, depending on your credit, we've got some people that are getting it for less than $200 a month, but somewhere in that, let's call it $250, depending on your credit. Our financing partner does go all the way down to a 620 credit score, and it's a soft pull. So it won't even hit your credit report unless you decide to move forward. Now, we do have a fast action bonus. Okay, since you're on this masterclass, if you sign up in the next 48 hours, you're going to get 2 years on this program. So we're giving you an extra full year on the program. And that brings the cost of licensing a community to $16 per community per month. It's really a no-brainer, guys. It's super powerful. Plus, we're doing some additional bonuses. Number one, we're giving you 10 extra copies of the Raving Referrals book. The reason for that is you'll get to give one of these to each of your referral partners so they understand how to build their business by referral and why they should be working with you. It's a give. It's totally a give. We're also doing some things to help boost your expert status. Number two, we're going to write an article for you. It's going to be ghost written for you to boost your expert status so that you've got content to share with people and show you're the captain of the wealth team. And then we're going to do a video interview and record it and produce it again, so that we're showing that you've been selected as an HOA.com mortgage expert, and you'll be able to share that with everyone. And then lastly, a press release announcing your selection as an official HOA.com mortgage expert. So there's also a 10x ROI guarantee with this program. If at the end of the 2-year period, If you haven't generated at least $40,000 in income with this, which is what, 10 deals, basically 10 deals, right? Over 2 years, then we're going to continue to promote you until you hit that $40,000 mark. So it's a total no-brainer. There's also the ability for you to recoup your total investment because we have what we call a referral rewards program. You're going to receive 20% for anyone you introduce. So you can literally refer 5 other people and the program is totally free. We're going to have Spencer put this link in chat, but you can go to hoa.com/LO. All of the details that we've shared with you are on that page. So go to hoa.com/LO and you can start the application process. Here's how this is going to work. You're going to apply. The first screen that you're going to fill out is the application form at hoa.com/LO. And then once you apply, then you'll be taken to the checkout process and you can apply for financing there. And then once you get signed up, what we're going to do is we're going to interview you, make sure that this is a fit for you and a fit that you're a fit for us. We don't just accept anyone. So we're going to schedule you with a mortgage expert interview. If you're approved, we're going to schedule a one-on-one onboarding session with you. We'll help you select those top 10 desired companies. You'll sponsor your top 10 referral partners. We've got scripts to help you through that process and video training to guide you through what to say and how to have those conversations. We'll mail you your planners and books, write your blog articles and press releases, and schedule your video interview. So that's how the program works. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in chat. Todd, I'm going to let you, I know you're the master of the chat box. So we'll go ahead and put this phone number in the chat as well. You can call or text us at 480-870-9501.
Well, so we got a couple of great questions. So someone's asking about financial advisors, and we will definitely be rolling out a financial pro in Q1. So definitely reach out to that number that Brandon just put up. And then, we'd love to put you on that list and give you first access from that perspective. Someone else was asking about how my team was targeting who to work with. And really, we targeted it based off of who we like, who we think would be a good partner, and didn't really look at production. Certainly the people who had a big Facebook page already with 1,600 followers for their community, that's a pretty good target. And so that's a lot of what we'll be spending time with in the Win by Noon with Raving Referrals coaching, is really helping you identify who the best targets are for you and in really how to go after those targets, right? What's the scripting? What's the process? Because ultimately in the end, that's where the magic happens. And then certainly when you land someone big or use them as an example, then you can use that for the next 9. But, again, we've got other loan officers here, even in my own market, that are out there. You could say they're competing against my team, but they're not competing against us because there's 9,000 HOAs and they've already been filling up their own because he said it's so easy to get a yes. Oh, and by the way, he got 2 referrals within 2 days. I mean, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I love that Matt got 4 in 1 day. I mean, that's just the way it should be. Here's another question. I see the experience and funding requirements to apply. Yeah, we want to see that you've been in the business at least 2 years and have closed $10 million. That's really what we're looking for. We will make exceptions as long as you're close and we can have a conversation and know that you know the business. Really, that's the key there.
Well, I think the key is right. You just don't want to check from somebody because they can afford a check. You want to make sure they're going to be successful executing the plan for their investment. And, that's why I love the whole refer 5 people and basically make it free part of it, because you all know 5 great loan officers at your company, in your office here locally, wherever you are, or maybe in a state over, whatever that is. But to me, it's once you have that success with it, I think it's going to be really easy to talk someone else into coming on here and learning from us and jumping in alongside of you.
Well said. Well said. I see a question about the coupon code. Yeah, what we're doing is there's no coupon code. The bonus is we're doubling the term on the deal, right? So instead of a 1-year program, it's a 2-year program. And then we're also including those bonus items that we mentioned, the blog article, the video expert interview, the 10 books. So there's a lot of those. I see we've got a question too about larger packages. We mentioned that earlier. There is the ability to license more than 10 communities if you have the capacity. Really, that's what it comes down to. So what we've approved for those that have wanted that thus far is that they have a team. right? They're not by themselves, because this really comes down to relationships. We want to make sure that you can serve the realtors and follow up with them, because we don't want them to have a bad experience, right? We're putting our reputation on the fact that you're going to be able to follow up and follow through. We're going to hold you accountable. We're going to coach you up and make sure that we're staying with you so that you can be successful. And we want to help you create that success story, quite frankly, for a number of different reasons, right? Number one, we want to see you win. Number two, we want to see these communities really be totally active. And then also, Todd and I want your success story in the next book that we're coming out with in Q3 of next year. So there's a lot of reasons we want you to win.
Yeah, heck yeah. I totally agree with that. And I think you just kind of nailed it right there, right? I mean, really, I think there's such a desire. You're like, oh gosh, 10 is good, 20 would be better. And really the key is to just crush it on those 10. And then if you're ready for the 11th or 12th or 13th or 20th, whatever that number is, awesome. Then you're doing great. For me, the reason I didn't talk to 51 agents and offer all 51HOA.com is, number one, is I know they would have all said yes. And then number two is I would realize that I couldn't do a great job of executing out of the gate on that. It doesn't mean that by the end of 2024, my team won't have more communities, but we're going to make sure that we totally crush it with the 10 people that we've committed to partner with first, before we thin ourselves out and don't deliver on what we promise.
That's the key, right? And make sure that we deliver on our promises. And that means following up and following through. And guys, this comes down ultimately to you building relationships with people that are active in those communities. I know the question came up of who to target. I mean, honestly, we'd recommend that you go to MMI and do some research. Focus on agents that are producing transactions on a consistent basis. And some of those, because you see their ads or their listings, but definitely do your research and focus on the people that already know, I can trust you. You have some people in your life that you've known, you've just never created a referral partnership with them. This gives you something unique to offer them as a give that's going to attract them. And that's what you experienced on Monday, isn't it, Todd?
Absolutely. And when you kind of talk about this whole like referral partnership, right? I always love it because you do that. And I think we all know that. Those of you in business, that what's the personal satisfaction and joy you get from having someone that you truly see as a partner. And then this is an opportunity to expand that out to more people with a faster trajectory, right? From going from, hey, I want to do business with you, to actually having them view you as their trusted partner. And then all these other folks, not just the white collar folks, but the blue collar folks in the community who want to support the community, be referred to the community who will be referring you business. And to me, that's the fun part about business, right? I don't want business to be hard and unenjoyable. I'm actually looking for business to be fun for my team, fun for you, fun for those that you do business with.
Well, and you spoil some of your referral partners. I mean, you'll take them to Cardinals games or Suns games, right? The top producers, because investing not only the time, but also the energy and the money in those relationships pays dividends for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key is anytime that you can get face-to-face with someone and have a conversation that's different than what the loan officer down the street is having, that's a great opportunity for you, right? This is how business is built, right? Eyeball to eyeball. And certainly we're doing it here on Zoom. We've done a lot of that during COVID, but this is an easy opportunity to get together with folks. And like I said, for me, that's actually the biggest challenge that I've got. I've got 11 more days or 10 more days this year that I plan on working, and I got to squeeze in all those appointments that I have. But I just am excited for that because I'm excited to hear what's working for them. I'm excited to hear what they're excited to learn from me. And I'm excited to hear how they believe that my team can help them grow in 2023.
Well, and guys, if you haven't gotten it yet, I mean, this guy's closed $1 billion in mortgage transactions, right? So a wealth of information. You've probably seen him on Mortgage Coach or heard his courses before, but you want to be coached by Todd. You want to be in the game and learning what Todd is learning, because what I love about you, Todd, is that not only are you coaching, right, but you're on the field. Like, you're not just on the sideline calling in the plays. You actually get on the court, on the field, and you're in the game.
Well, I mean, there's no better way for me to help you be successful with this program than for me to get on the phone and do it, and then coach my team, coach the agents, and then help it be a success for all of them. So, I'm a paying customer. I've got a vested interest in the investment that my team made. And then I'm also have a vested interest in those who join HOA.com to be a success. And that's why I've committed my time, which is, certainly like you, it's your most valuable resource for the raving referrals and Win by Noon, twice a month coaching program as well. Because I think that that's going to be our opportunity to tell those stories, to tell the success stories. And it won't just be me and what I'm doing. We've already interviewed Stacy and Ivan, some of the people that you've seen on there on past calls, to have them share what they're doing, how it's working in their market, so that you hear it from different voices. Because anytime you can have a mastermind of like-minded people that have similar goals, and it doesn't bother me. People are like, well, Todd, why would you share that with someone who's in Arizona? I saw all the people here put that they were from Arizona. Great, right? I want more people promoting this in my market, because guess what? It makes it more valuable for my team. So if 10 people or 20 people or 30 people come in and take on even a few hundred of the HOAs, and we're all up there together promoting something that's great, that is a win for all of us.
Absolutely. Totally. Let's see. I'm seeing some more questions. What's the cost to add 10 partners? Is it the same cost as the primary membership? No. So if you want to go beyond the 10, we discount the subsequent communities by 25%. So for 20 communities, it is $69.97. And so the next 10 is at $3,000. Thank you, Harrison, for asking that question. Vlad says, I'm in debt elimination and cash flow management business with access to all ethnic groups. Fantastic. Congratulations. I'm not sure if you're a fit for this or not, but you can certainly go ahead to hoa.com/LO, complete the application, and we can have that conversation. Let's see. It pushed me to cart. Do I pay now before our call? I have 17 years experience, done well over 10 million. Yeah, Mike, go ahead and complete the checkout process. You can go ahead and add to cart, complete that process. And then what we do is, if you've got the experience and the total fundings that we're looking for, if not, we just refund you. Okay, so if for any reason you're not accepted, you don't meet our standards, then we just refund the entire amount. We just cancel out the transaction. So go ahead and go to hoa.com/LO. You can check out, first apply, then check out, go through that whole program. And if you want the funding, you can do that as well. And then if you guys have any other questions, if you want to talk to somebody live, talk about your situation, just give us a call. The number is 480-870-9501. If now's not a great time, you can text that number, and one of my team will be happy to schedule a call with you that's at a time that's more convenient. But the key is take action. Success lies from taking action, right? You're going to see tons of opportunities, and I guarantee you in 5 years from now, you're going to be hearing about HOA.com, and you're either going to be glad that you said yes, or you're going to be wishing that you had, because we are going to change this industry and, quite frankly, how hyper-local social farming functions. And those of you that have the vision, that see what we're creating and want to own those communities, to license those communities, are going to be the mayor of Murray Hill, as I call it, just like Brian Belair's is. So, Todd, any final thoughts that you want to share?
You threw up the statistic that less than 2% loan officers have a plan to grow their purchase production. And I can tell you that the members of HOA.com have a plan, right? I'm proof that committing to make calls, right? Literally, who are the top 10 people that you would like to do business with in your community? This is your plan. If you want to grow your business, grow your relationships, be more valuable to those that you want to be in business with, be more valuable to your clients. To me, it's just a great opportunity. And oh, by the way, you get an extra year for free. That's not a bad deal.
Well, and oh, by the way, it takes one deal to make the deal profitable, right?
Well, that too, right? So, and for me, for my team, you already shared it, right? Almost $2,400 a month of things we're already paying for that this will replace. So from that perspective, we broke even in less than 2 months. And so I think that those are things all to consider. And the fact that you can refer other people and get part of the money back. But I think in the end, really, to me, it comes down to, what is your plan for 2023 to accelerate the growth, right? To get back on track. Because, let's face it, I just know no loan officers that are doing more business today than they were doing 6 months ago. And if that's you, congratulations, right? I need to learn from you. But I would tell you that when I'm talking to loan officers who you've seen interviewed all over the country, what I consider the best, they're all looking for an opportunity to improve their business in 2023. And I put my money where my mouth is for my team, right? We're closing 110 million this year, down from 150 million. Well, guess what? We want to make sure we get back to 150 million. And this to me is my number one opportunity to get my team there.
Yeah, it's awesome. And for those of you, maybe times are a little leaner right now and you're struggling, you're like, okay, I've been wondering how I'm going to go get, to pay the bills and get where I need to be to get through those 4 deals a month that you want to close to make 200 grand a year. That's why we've got the financing option. And we're excited to have that because, for literally a couple $100 a month through the financing option, you can have everything that we shared with you today. So go through hoa.com/LO. I'm seeing a couple other things here. How does the financing work? So the way that works is it's on approved credit. Okay. It's a third-party financing company. You'll complete the application based on your credit score. They're going to offer you rates from the rates start at 4.9%. Okay. So they're super low if you have a good credit score. They're higher if you don't. I think you know how that works.
You all
But
have
they
good credit, I'm guessing.
all the way down to a 620 credit score. Okay, guys. So you're
Soft pull too, which I love. You know that we don't want anyone having. We don't like hard pulls, and so again, if you're not in that position, it's an easy way. That's low cost to get this opportunity to grow.
It's massive, absolutely. And I see another question. I don't have many realtors I work with. Will you help me learn how to do that better? Guys, you're going to get invited to what Todd's doing. He did 110 phone calls on Monday. You'll be able to sit there in the room. Now, we actually have recorded those, and we're going to be providing some of those, the best of, as video training so that you can hear what Todd's saying, and you'll have the scripts and tips so that you know exactly what to say to build realtor relationships. Because some of you have probably never done that. You just took advantage of the refi boom. You've been in the business for a couple of years. Todd, how do you say it? You were catching money? What's that expression?
I joke. I say I was driving around pushing around the wheelbarrow, catching money falling out of the sky. It's Bill Hart recently interviewed him. He said it was like being one of those cash boosts where the cash is flying around and you're just pulling it in. And so I think that's really the key. And that's why we do the twice a month coaching. And, not only will the other people in the group who are having success be sharing that, I'll be sharing the success as well. And it's a community that's going to help each other grow. I find it's a really abundant community. I'm not worried about the other people in Arizona competing with me. Great. If they get a community before me, more power to them. And I'm going to support them, just like if someone's across the country and using it somewhere else. I mean, to me, there's so much opportunity, so much with abundance going on by helping other people. And that's just what makes it really exciting for me.
Yeah, big time. And also, guys, it is a community, just like Todd was saying. So we do community events all the time. In fact, tonight we're doing a hullabaloo in Chandler. There's a get-together networking event from 6 to 8 p.m. Tomorrow night, we have an event both in Scottsdale at Blue Martini from 5 to 8 p.m. Just a networking event. Come out, meet realtors, insurance agents, financial planners, and home service pros. Just an opportunity for you to do networking and create referral partnerships with people that serve homeowners. And we also have one up in Denver, Colorado tomorrow night as well. I believe that one is 5 to 8 p.m. If you're not sure, you can go on hoa.com onto our social channels on Facebook, on Instagram, probably Facebook is best, and you'll see that the details on that. Our next group coaching, our Win by Noon group coaching call will be on Wednesday, December 21st. From 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. So if you get started on the program, make sure and put that in your calendar. We'd love to see you there, and we'd love to help you win by noon and win in 2023. Todd, any final words?
Well, I would just suggest there's some people here who want to get the recording to share with other loan officers. There's other people to say, hey, I want to get this message out. So make sure you call or text the 480-870-9501, because again, there's a referral partner opportunity. And I think the bottom line is you just kind of nailed it, right? Yeah, of course, I love it that you said, I want to help people win by noon, but really we just want you to win, right? We want you to win. We want you to have a great year. We want you not just to be coasting through the business, nervous about what's going on. We want you to be super successful. And we're investing our time and our energy alongside of you to take a program that we're giving an extra year bonus on right now to ensure that you've got opportunity to do that. And we're going to arm you with the scripts. We're going to arm you with the filtering process to go after the partners. We're going to offer you with all the done for you content so that your partners can be successful. All you need to do is choose that this is going to be your business plan for 2023.
That's it. Well said, Todd. And if not this, what? Right? If this isn't what you're going to use to build your business in 2023, what are you going to do? What's the plan? Only 2% of mortgage loan officers have a plan for building their purchase business. This has everything that you need, and the investment is less than one loan origination commission. So it's a no-brainer. Come join us. We'd love to have you as part of the family. You can go to hoa.com/LO and apply now, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Appreciate you.